Hey everyone, welcome to Sunglass Science. Today we're going to be looking at all the Maui Jim aviators, giving you a sense of what they look like and how they fit. Now there's a lot of them, so we're going to be going pretty quickly, but we're going to give all the information. I measured them all myself, so the information will be all on the screen that you can see. I'm also going to link below to timestamps so you can skip ahead to see the model that you want to see, as well as links to each of the products so you can click and check them out on Maui Jim's website. Any of these frames can be customized for free on Maui Jim's website if you want to change the lenses or the frame colors and mix and match to the one that makes sense for you. So check that out below. I have a post explaining how that works. Now, I'm a regular medium size. I wear the Ray-Ban Aviators, the Oakley Holbrooks, the Randolph Aviator size 55, that kind of thing. So I'm not a small, I'm not a large, I'm a regular medium, and everything you see here, you'll be able to get a sense of what that will be relative to your face, whether you're a small, medium, or large. And I just want to apologize going to this video. A lot of these names I'm not going to be able to pronounce, but the spelling will be on the screen and we'll figure them out together. If you want to know anything about the lenses, click below to sunglassscience.com where I review all of them and I explain why you'd want one Maui Jim lens over the other, how they're going to look, and how the view through the lens looks. Okay, starting with the classic Mavericks. These have been around for a long time. This is the classic regular medium to large aviator that everyone loves. It's made out of titanium. It has a little bit of curve. It's really, really comfortable. You forget that it's on your face. Very lightweight. It's got grip on the nose pads, very grippy nose pads. Otherwise, there's no grip, but it doesn't really need any because it's not moving at all. These are Maui Pure lenses, which you can customize to some Maui Brilliant lenses, but these are not glass. These are extremely lightweight. They fit really well, and because they have a little bit of curve to them, they have pretty good coverage on the sides as well. Now there's a number of variations to this classic aviator that have been around for a long time. One of them is the Wiki Wiki, which is also, it's titanium, very lightweight, same grip. Everything is almost the same except the shape. This has a little bit of angle to it going in, and it's a little bit squared off on the bottom, also coming in a little bit. Then there is the Cliffhouse, which is a little bit more round than the Wiki Wiki. Very similar measurements, a little bit smaller, and a little bit more curved here on the sides. Again, titanium, grip, very lightweight, nice little curve, very easy to wear, a lot of different frame options. If you want a smaller size, you could check out the Baby Beach. A lot of women like this, and I got this for my cousin as well. This is a very small size. It's kind of too small this way and this way on me. It doesn't really work, but if you have a smaller face than my medium face, this is going to work well for you. Now, a newer style that's come out recently is the Hau'oli. They have a regular size, there's a small size, and there's a large size. Now, I want to show you, Maui Jim has been going in this direction for a little bit. Now, the nose grips are still grippy, but they're not as grippy. There's not really grippy on the sides. And these are like a 4 base. They're very flat. So the coverage is going to allow a little bit more light from the sides. If you have a flatter face, it's not going to be a big deal because it's going to go a little more flush against your face. I have somewhat of a flatter face. Some people have thinner faces that are going to stick out a little bit more. So this works for me. It's a regular aviator. It's extremely lightweight. Very nice. I don't think this is titanium. It might be, but either way, it's very lightweight metal. And this is the regular size. Then this is the same thing, Hau'oli XL, which is much larger. It still kind of fits me as a medium, but if you have a larger face, this is going to be more comfortable. It does stick out way more than the other one does. So there's going to be more light coming from the sides if you're a smaller face, but a larger face won't have that problem. And lastly, the little Hau'oli XS. So this is probably the best option if you have someone who is a very small face and they don't want the Baby Beach, which is sort of like a shorter lens. They want that regular teardrop lens. This is Maui Jim's smallest size for that. So smaller than Mavericks, smaller than the Hau'oli. This is the Hau'oli XS, and it's going to be the best size for a small face, that regular aviator from Maui Jim. Next we have the Waiwai. The Waiwai has a very interesting shape to it. It's like almost everything was like pulled apart. Got that little feel to it. that everything, like the geometry, is a little bit different than some regular aviators. This is also a very flat frame, so you know the anti-reflective coating really comes in handy here, but still you're not going to get the best coverage on the sides. This still feels very nice. It's a very lightweight. All of these frames are going to be very lightweight. I'm saving the glass lenses for the end. Those are going to be a little bit more heavy, but they're going to have the glass lenses. Again, there's grip on the temples and on the nose pieces, but they're not like the most grippy things. They're not meant for sports per se. They're meant for just out and about on the town, and that's what these look like. Now we have the, I don't know how to pronounce it, Nau'auao. Nau'auao. These have also, very similar to the Wiki Wiki, a little bit larger. They're calling this an extra large fit, but I totally could pull this off as a medium. So I don't know if a large would feel too tight, although they do have a little bit of give to them, but still, not sure if this is the right shape for me, but other people might really like this. Now, this is the Shark's Cove. It's extremely lightweight. Not sure what metal they used. I don't think it's titanium, but it is pretty much disappears on your face. Also a very flat frame. This seems to be the direction they've gone in recently with very, very flat aviators. I would like a little bit more curve personally, but still they try to be a little bit more stylish. Now we have the Aeko. I actually own this pair with custom HT lenses. Again, you can customize them for free, and I wanted an aviator with the HT lenses, and I think this fits me really well. It looks pretty solid on me. I'm a regular medium, and this fits really nicely. That square off look. It's extremely lightweight. This is titanium, and they're not going anywhere. Now we have the Kahana, not to be confused with the Kahuna, which we'll get to later. This is also like a navigator style, and it just has this big gap on the sides. I think I really could pull this off. It's a nice frame. It looks good on me, and it's a good medium. Again, they call it a large, but I'm a medium and it fits well. So this is more of like a medium large. And again, we're dealing with this very flat, very lightweight type of aviators, and it's not that far off from some of the other ones we've seen. So they're just small differences between some of these different models. Now this is the Piwai Asian fit. So it's not really designed for me, although I can still pull it off. Maybe not this lens color, but this lens shape. It has more room for a high cheekbones, low bridge fit for people who have that. Again, this is very flat, very lightweight, a little bit of grip on the sides, a little bit of grip on the temple, and this is what it looks like. The last non-glass model we have is the Guardrails. I actually have this in black, not this color, which I think looks better on me in the black. And this is very lightweight. This has memory metal. So, I mean, I'm just borrowing this frame, but you can twist it and it goes back to the way it was. It's got very grippy and adjustable nose pieces. Everything's adjustable about it. And it's a pretty cool frame, very lightweight. It doesn't fold that well. It kind of stays big, but unlike some of the other ones, this one does have some curve to it, so you're gonna get more coverage. And it's a pretty cool frame. It's the new version of what they used to have, which was the freight train, which was more of a square and larger model. This fits more people and has a little bit more curve to it. Now let's get into the glass models. This is the Puu Kukui. There's no way I pronounced that correctly, but this is what it is. Again, this is sort of like a medium to large. They're calling it an extra large. On the hat, it doesn't fit as well, but let's lift it up. And this is what it looks like. A nice navigator shape, slightly heavier than the other ones, but this is not a very heavy frame. And it's built very solid. You could feel it. It is adjustable. You could both adjust these inwards and downwards a little bit without going too far. If you want them to go a little bit curved down, you have that ability with this one. So this is a nice one. It has these larger nose pads, which I like, nice, tacky, and grippy. Sort of the older style from Maui Jim, they're keeping this kind of thing around. Now we have the famous Kahuna, which has been around for a long time. You see a lot of people who from the previous decades wearing this. And this is just that classic wraparound aviator style. It's got the double bridge for an aviator. It's got a nice curve to it. It's just that easy to wear. It's worked on so many people for so long. This one's a little bent out of shape. It looks a little weird on me, but it I could probably fix that right now. Yeah, now that fits a little more comfortably. And it just works well. It's not too heavy. It really does grip around the face really well. Nice curve, grip on the nose pads. There's no grip on the sides. It has spring hinges, but I wouldn't mess around with them. They're like the regular spring hinges, not hidden and not as robust as some of the newer models. So they keep this around because it works, but yeah, don't mess around with the spring hinges. Now we have the Seacliff, which Maui Jim calls an extra large fit, and on me it's like a larger fit. As a medium, this still fits me. I actually own this pair with the HCL bronze lens, and I think that it works really well on me. I wanted that teardrop look from Maui Jim with a glass lens, and that's what I settled on because this is pretty much your only option for a teardrop glass lens from Maui Jim. Unfortunately, it only comes in a few different lens options right now. So if you customize this, you'll get Maui Brilliant, as I explained in the post below about customization. But still, this is a really nice frame. And despite the fact that it's flat-ish, it does have a little bit of curve to it. And the coverage is not terrible, especially since it's a larger fit. Another one that's sticking around, the Castles, has been around for a while now, and I think it's going to stay around for a while too. I own 3 of these. I own these with the HCL bronze, so this exact model. I own them with the gray lens, and I own them with the rose lens in glass, which they don't make anymore, which is a shame, but it is one of my prized ones that I'm never going to sell. This fits really nicely on me. They call it an extra large. I'm a medium, and it fits really well. It's a nice wrap pair, so you're going to get good coverage. It's not the dressiest pair, but it's really comfortable. And because it sort of wraps around, well, the way I have it on mine, it wraps around the ears more. They are adjustable. You can make them more hug your head by bending them around. And they got nice grip on the nose. And it's overall a really nice pair. I've got it for my colleagues and I have it for myself, and I really like that. The last one we're going to look at today is the Piha. Again, this is sort of like a flap, but it does have a little bit of curve. Has a little bit more interesting lens choices. Some of the different mirrors that they offer only on select models. It's a very rectangular frame and fits really nicely. Nice medium. It's not too heavy, feels nice, and it's a pretty classic one. So this is the Piha. I hope this sticks around too.